What's up guys, my name is Alan and welcome to my channel Alan Architectural. So in this episode or in this video is going to be a follow-up video to the previous video that we released. So this is going to be like a continuation of the previous video. So now in our previous video we were talking about the walls and how to come up with your walls in Revit. We've already spoken about the elevations. We've gone into our elevations where we've seen our ground level, ground floor, first floor, roof level, topmost roof. We've already discussed this side, so we know how to come about with this level set up right here. So we started with the walls where we started to explain on how to model your wall. So now when you go into the floor plans, ground floor plan, you see we have our wall here. When you click on it, you have a basic wall 150 mm wall type. Alright, that's the wall type we created for this project. So 150 mm is the width of the wall, and that's the standard width of wall, the width of the wall that they normally use in my country, Ghana. I don't know about other people's countries, but we can use other widths as well. We can use maybe 200, 100, 150. It depends on the kind of design you are doing actually. So we are going to continue with our walls. So we ended on this face right here, the ground floor plan. So we are going to continue to create our walls over here. Now let's go into our first floor plan. Now when you enter into your first floor plan, you see we are not able to tell, or we can't see the floor beneath. The ground floor is not visible in this view for us to be able to model our walls or make our walls align exactly with the walls below. You see, so we can't see that here. So when you draw any wall here without being able to see the ground floor, all right, being able to see the ground floor, the wall is just going to be anywhere. Let's try it and see. Now go into your architecture, go into your wall. Now just create any wall here, escape. Now go into the 3D view, see where that wall is. You see where we have this wall is way out of line. So we want our wall to align exactly with this wall here. All right, so this is the trick. This is how we go about it. So go back into your first floor plan, select this, delete this wall out of there. Now when you go into your properties panel, go and just scroll down a little bit. If you don't have a visible, I have a very huge screen, so I can see everything right here. So when you look into your properties panel, you see this section right here where they have underlay. All right, we have the range, base, level. So now we are going to turn this. You are going to want to click beside the none. You are going to have a drop down. You are going to have a drop down right here. So when you have this drop down, you go and you select the base level that you want to see. So let's say we are working on the 5th floor and you want to see the 2nd floor. You just have to come in here and select the 2nd floor. But if you're working on the 5th floor and want to see the 4th floor, you can also come in here and then you select the 4th floor. It depends on the view or the plan view that you want to see below. Maybe you are modeling exactly what is on the 2nd floor on the 5th floor. You get it? So now you would want to click on the ground floor plan. All right, that's what. So when you click on the ground floor plan and then you hit apply, or sometimes when you move your mouse pointer into this view, it automatically registers it, or it automatically picks the command you have placed in there. So now we can see we have visible, we have our floor plan visible right here. We can equally select, and when we move this wall, it's going to move on the ground floor. Now some of you wouldn't want that, you just want to see the ground floor. Now when you move and you don't want, if in case you don't want to select or you don't want to move or touch or affect make any changes to any floor below, when you move your mouse pointer to this corner right here, this section right here, now you are going to see these tools right here. All right, they are there for a purpose. They're not just there to beautify the software or something. Now when you move your mouse pointer to this, that has like 2 floors with the arrow pointed with it. Now when its name is select underlay elements. So when you click on it and then you have this red sign there, it means that you will not be able to select anything on the ground floor. You see, we can't select, but it's visible though. but we cannot select anything on the ground floor. We can't select anything. All right, it's going to just select only things in this view in the first floor. So we would for the moment, let's just keep it checked. Let's just be able to select. We are not going to make any changes there though. This is my design. I don't know whatever design my viewers out there will be doing, so you just follow up with what I'm doing. If in case you are following exactly what I'm doing, I'll just leave this on check. I'm not going to move or make any changes to it. So now I'm going to go to my wall. I'm going to select my wall, and I'm going to draw this outer wall here. Now I'm going to check. I'm going to make sure I check my top constraint is going all the way. Make sure you check it, your top constraint and then your base constraint. It means that the base constraint means it's going to start exactly from the first floor, and then your top constraint means this is going to start, it's going to end at the topmost roof level. Now let's go into, let's hit escape a couple of times. Now go into your elevation view. Let's see why. Okay, so this is our topmost roof level we have in here, and then this is our roof level. All right, so let's go back into the first floor plan. Let's select our wall. Our wall is selected. The top constraint is going to the topmost roof, so we want the edges to hit the topmost roof. So we're going to select, click here, and then you move this way, select here, and then you move this up here and bring this here, and then you move this here, and then you move this here as well. So this is going all the way to the topmost roof level. Now you can see that it's moved all the way to the topmost roof level. Let me just pan around a little bit. You can pan around a little bit. You can hold down your shift key, and then you hold down the middle scroll button, and then you just roll around. You see that wall is moving all the way to the topmost roof level. Now let's go back into our first floor plan. We are modeling. I want to be quick about this. We are modeling so we don't have to waste much time. So we select our wall. This is Revit for you. It comes from the word revise and edit. So we are just going to throw in some walls over there, and we are going to make sure we work with it. We make sure it's aligned. Now this wall right here, I'm going to delete this wall. I'm going to delete this wall. I'm going to make this align with this. So here it's going to be like a box. So now I'm going to trim it. The shortcut is TR. When you hit TR, this comes, then you trim this to attach with that. So now we have this box right here. So I'm going to start modeling. I'm going to throw in some walls in there. I'm going to throw in some walls. So I'm going to leave it this space. I'm going to bring this here, bring this here, and I'm going to take this, bring this here. Now this, if you get an idea of what I'm doing, it's just the bedrooms with the washroom is what I'm creating now. All right, so I'm going to check the dimension. So you just have to click in here, click here, and then you click in here, and then you click here. All right, so here we have 5,450 mm. Okay, that's not bad. So we have this here. Okay, so I'm gonna want this bedroom to be the same width, or let me just make this. Okay, so I'm gonna change this to 4,700, and I'm gonna change this as well to 4,700. 4,700. So beautiful. Now you cannot change the dimension whilst you haven't selected anything. You see, when I click on it, it's going to tell me to use actual dimension text. I'm going to explain this where you can tamper with the dimension, but it wouldn't be the exact dimension in there. All right, so you cannot change unless you select wherever I have picked. So you see, wherever I have picked the dimension from is where if you select, you can make changes. If I select here, I'm not able to make any changes, but wherever I pick, so you see this wall here, then I can make a change. And if I take this wall, I can also make a change. But if I take this wall, I didn't pick anything from this wall, so I cannot make a change to this dimension. I hope my viewers out there, you understand this. So now I've made the room spaces 4,700. Let me lift this up a little bit. Let me check the dimension for this room space. This is going to be a washroom. Okay, it's okay. We have 2,800. It's fine. Our staircase is going to come in this area. It's fine. Now let me create another bedroom, a master bedroom, for that matter. Now this is going to go. Let me give this 200. Then this come this way. All right. Okay. Now let me check the width, the room space for this washroom, this master bedroom. 5'7" is okay. Let me align. Now make sure you align this wall with this wall. It's aligned. All right. Okay. So we can take off this dimension. DE is the shortcut. We can take this dimension tools off. Now let's go back into our ground floor plan. Everyone can hit back into the ground floor plan. Now you see we have our first floor plan visible in this view, which we don't want. So let's say we want to take this off. So I want to take this off. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this, the first floor view on my ground floor. So you just go to the properties panel, and then in your range base level, you see first floor is selected. So you are going to take none. So when you move your mouse pointer in, it's not going to be there. All right. So now let's create some spaces in here, revise and edit. We just throw in some walls, and then we just check the dimensions later on. So I'm going to create a washroom right here. Yes, I'm going to make it align with that wall. So we just create a washroom right here. Now this space I'm going to leave for a kitchen. I'm going to leave this space for a kitchen. Let me move this wall somewhere here. All right. Okay. Now, and I'm going to create a storeroom, a storage room. I'm going to create one storage room right here. Okay. Yeah, 2,000 is okay. And I'm going to create one more storage room here. All right, so we are good to go. So now make sure you hit Control Save. Make sure you save your project most of the times, because I don't know, when in Ghana, Africa here, most of the times on our school projects, our laptops are not all that well. We'll be designing, and then all of a sudden we have power outage. So we tend to lose all our documents, all our files. We have to start modeling all over again. So make sure you hit your Control Save frequently. But Revit has an automatic 30 minutes where it alerts you on. If you want to make it 5 minutes, you can change that. But it alerts you at every 30 minutes for you to save your project. So make sure you hit your Control S most of the times to save your project. So now we've practically done all our walls. Now I'm selecting the wall below. I'm aligning it with this wall right here. Beautiful. So now we've actually created all our space. Now we have all our space created. Now let's go into our 3D view. Yes. So now I want all my eternal walls, the walls in there. I don't want them to come all the way to the topmost roof level. I want them to end at the roof level. So I'm going to select all those walls. This is another way you can select all those walls in there. Select, hold down the Control key to multiple select. So when you select all those walls, you come to your top constraint, you change all of it to roof level. Now you see those walls are going down to the roof level. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we are going to end on this video. We are going to continue in our next tutorial where we are going to fix in our doors. So in the next tutorial, we are going to talk about doors. In the next tutorial, we are going to talk about how to fix in our doors, the dimensions, the necessary information you need to know about fixing in doors in Revit. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video. It's going to help me out a lot. Thank you guys.